Hey team, first off, I would like to thank you guys for participating, and I'd like to congratulate Brennan on his first Kahoot crown. But we did have some tricky questions here that I wanted to make sure I kind of go over so that everybody knows kind of what the deal is on them. So I'm just going to go through all 10, let you know the answer, let you know why. So question one, what do you do first when a lifeguard says the pool chemicals are off? You retest, right? We got to make sure that the test is accurate. We clean those vials out nice and good, and then be very careful to retest it. If it still fails, then we look at, do we close the pool? Making sure if we close the pool, we're reaching out to Darren or myself, potentially to FM if we need to get something called in so that it gets fixed before the next workday. Question two, the order of things that we close down. So we're always going to close down Weight Training Center first. Everything in Weight Training Center is also available upstairs in the fitness center, so we can do that if we need to. West Service Center is the next. The BS or the SM can help manage that entrance point for whatever time is left. Again, that's not open for a whole lot of time outside of when we have professional staff here. But if it is, that's a spot we can close and just kind of cover that as we're doing other things until those doors lock. Then we get into closing areas that kind of matter. The pool, obviously, we've got the one pool, so we try not to close it, but it still is a premium area. Still leaves the courts available, still leaves the fitness center area. Obviously, if we go beyond that, that's when we would close the fitness center. By then, I better know about it because we've got a lot of people missing, and we also need to figure out how to maintain the facility, because obviously the fitness center is our busiest space, especially aside from the courts. So let's make sure we think about it as we're making those decisions. Of course, that assumes everybody's trained for everything. If we have people that aren't trained, then it wouldn't, for example, do us any good to close down the weight training center because the lifeguard didn't show up unless the weight training center is trained to be a lifeguard. Question three, during cold weather building evacuation, who can escort swimmers into the IAC? That is now the student managers. That was a change that happened recently with the exterior doors and the access control. The student manager is the only one that will have swipe access to those lower level doors of the IAC, so we can get people in from the pool. We still do all of our normal other closeouts. It just means that the student manager needs to be the person to let those folks into the lower level if they're going in there. How often should you plan to start a load of laundry? We should be planning it every hour. Obviously, as we get busier, there's times when that may not even be enough. And there's also times when things are maybe slower and we don't necessarily need to start one every hour, but we should be checking and see where we're at on towels at least every hour. And also remember that we now have jackets that we need to check on and wash periodically as well. What time should the closing fitness specialist leave on a weekday? A little bit of a trick question, because you guys dismiss them, right? They should be checking in with you before they call it a day, and you should be confirming that they've done everything that they're supposed to do to close the facility. Fitness center is all closed up. Things are wiped down, returned to where they belong. We've accounted for anything that's been checked out equipment-wise, so you are the one dismissing them. It's not at a specific time, even though they're scheduled till 10:15. UREC standard for the number of bathers per lifeguard, our standard is 25. Code for the state of Michigan is actually 50. So we're always going to try to shoot for no more than 25 people in the pool per lifeguard. But if we do go over a little bit, we end up with 26, 27. With only one lifeguard, we're still well within the legal limits, but we're always going to shoot for one lifeguard for every 25 people. Obviously, that's 25 is up to 25 is one, then up to 50 with two, and then up to 75 with three. We won't do more than 75 in that pool. Which of the following should fitness specialists not be doing during every shift? And that's filling spray bottles. They shouldn't be leaving the fitness center to do things like filling spray bottles. That's the BS or the SM that should be doing that. All of those other things, conducting patron counts, instructing users on proper form, ensuring equipment hygiene, That's all things they should be doing. Very little of their job is actually to sit behind the desk and check out equipment. They should be walking around, interacting, ensuring that people are using the facility in a safe manner and helping them to be more effective in their exercises. Number 8, lifeguards can have their phone on deck as long as it doesn't distract from their job. That is false. That is a situation where people will be fired for having their phone on the deck. Everybody got that one right. So we're good there. If there's some type of emergency where they need to have access to their phone, they need to have somebody cover the pool deck while they go into the lifeguard office. If we run out of working badminton rackets, you can just go get one out of the white room. That is false. That is where we store extra equipment, but I need to be contacted. You need to reach out to me before you do that. We have a limited budget for equipment. We can't just constantly be replacing broken stuff. I do replace things on a schedule so that it lasts the entire year. If we've got stuff that gets broken, we should be reporting that to me, and that way, if it's malicious damage or carelessness, we can charge that equipment to the person that broke it, and then we can afford to replace it. Otherwise, I try to spread it out so that we've got some new stuff that comes into circulation periodically throughout the semester. And then finally, question 10, everybody got this right, and I'm really glad you did. As a student manager, I should be held to a higher standard of service to guests and teammates. That's all of us at the highest level of student leadership. I expect you guys to be the best of the best, and you got the position because you are or can be, and that's what I expect from you, and that's what I expect from myself every day. We're going to give our A+ effort. We're going to maintain a positive attitude, and we're going to be the class of UREC and the class of CMU. So thank you everybody for participating. Great job on this. A little bit tricky. We didn't necessarily get the scores we wanted, but that was kind of by design. So best of luck next time. Keep up the good work. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks.